Okay, this is part 3 of the Strong Core series. We're going to work on breathing under a brace, but first let's do some hands and knees diaphragmatic breathing. So we're going to work on inhaling, expanding the back and side ribs, exhaling, emptying all the air out. Inhale, back expands, rib expand. Make sure that air goes all the way down and touches your pelvic floor. And then exhale, pelvic floor gently rebounds back up. Inhale, big long inhale, that full diaphragm expansion, and then exhale. As it moves back up, pelvic floor rebounds, stomach moves back in. Another inhale, another exhale. Make sure the air is not going up into your chest. You're trying to get that 360-degree rib expansion. Okay, now let's do some forced exhales in this position. Remember, start out getting a really good inhale. See my ribs expand. And then exhale, think of zipping up from the pelvic floor all the way up. So inhale, ribs expand, air relaxes the pelvic floor. Exhale, lift the pelvic floor, engage your transverse abdominis. Think bottom, middle, upper. And inhale again. Exhale, zip it up, lift the pelvic floor, wrap the transverse abdominis, hold, and then let it go and relax as you inhale again. And then exhale, lift and wrap. And relax, inhale. Air travels all the way in and down. Exhale, force the air up and out. Pelvic floor lifts, abdominals engage. Okay, now option to add resistance. So this next set of forced exhales, you could do the same, or you can add a straw, breathe through pursed lips, or add a balloon. So start with a really good inhale, 360 degrees. Exhale. Forcefully breathe into that, whatever you chose for resistance. Then inhale, 360 degrees. Exhale, lift the pelvic floor, engage your TAs. Make sure those low abdominals are engaged. They should be at their flattest point at the bottom of that exhale. Inhale again, everything relaxes. Exhale, lift and wrap. Engage. Make sure you keep your torso long. Don't scrunch down on that exhale as you're forcefully exhaling, but keep the torso long. Another big, great inhale in, and then exhale, push the air up and out. Okay, and relax. Now we're going to move into breathing under brace. So when you do this, you exhale forcefully, but on the inhale, instead of relaxing everything, you hold the brace. So let's lie on our backs, feet flat, knees bent, and let's try it. So you're going to think about zipping up from the pelvic floor all the way up on the exhale. So get a really good inhale. And then exhale, zip it up. Everything's engaged. Now hold that engagement as you inhale. Now this is more of a shallow inhale because you're trying to keep your stomach from moving because you are braced. And you're just going to inhale and then exhale, tighten more. Inhale, try to keep everything braced. And then exhale, check yourself, see if you can get any tighter. You can use your hands to feel inside your pelvic bones. You can feel just all the way up for that engagement, making sure that you're staying tight. You need to get good at it here, lying on your back, so that you can do it in other positions. Okay, now we're going to talk about belly wrapping. We're going to think about your abdominals. You have your lower TAs. Think about from your pelvic bones around that area, then the middle around your belly button, and then upper around your your lower ribs. So let's get a really good inhale in, and then you are going to exhale, lifting your pelvic floor, engaging your transverse abdominis. Now take an inhale in, and then on the exhale, think about those lower TAs. Feel like you're trying to pull your pelvic bones towards each other. Hold that, and then inhale again. And then on the next exhale, we're going to think about those middle. Think about pulling that belly button to your spine, getting super tight, and hold it there. And then inhale. You're going to move to the top. Exhale. Think about bringing your ribs in and down. Try to hold that as you inhale, and then exhale, go back to the middle. Think about, can you get that belly button closer to your spine? And then inhale again, and exhale. Really engage those low TAs. Lift them up. Pull them in. Think of pulling those pelvic bones towards each other. Good. Then inhale and relax. Okay, so now let's add some movement. So get a really good inhale in, exhale, engage, and you're going to lift both feet off the floor. Hold that engagement as you drop a toe. Inhale while keeping that brace. Exhale, pull that knee in. Inhale, keep the brace, drop the toe. Exhale, see if you can get tighter. Inhale and exhale. Core should be tight this whole time, even through the inhales. Your pelvis should be stable and not rocking at all because you are engaged. Your core is working to stabilize your spine and your pelvis. Okay, now rest, and then we're going to move on to another exercise. So get a really good cleansing inhale and exhale. Okay, now let's go again. You're going to inhale, exhale, engage, and lift your feet back up and lift your arms overhead. You're going to do a dead bug. So you drop one toe and then the opposite arm. Option to straighten the leg all the way. So inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift. Inhale, everything stays tight, but on that exhale, see if you can get tighter. Inhale and exhale. So you are only moving from the shoulder joint and that hip extension and knee extension. Your pelvis should not be rocking. Your low back should not be lifting off the floor. And if this is too much, you can just stay with those toe taps that we did in the beginning. Okay, good. Relax. And now flip it over. So put your wrist under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Get a really good inhale in, exhale, engage your core, lift your pelvic floor, engage your TAs, and then lift your knees to a hover. And we're just going to hold this for a few breaths and then walk it out to a plank. Inhale, and then as you exhale, bring your feet back in and knees to a hover. Inhale, core is still tight. Exhale, step one foot back and then the other and see if your core can get tighter. And then inhale, core still tight, we're not relaxing. Exhale, bring it back up to that bear pose with those knees hovering. Okay, rest. Get a really good, relaxing 360-degree inhale and a full exhale. And then we'll move on into the last exercise of forearm plank. And we're going to think about that belly wrapping while we're in this forearm plank. So exhale, engage your core, and then step back into that plank. So you're going to inhale into back and sides. Exhale, think about those low TAs. Think about pulling the pelvic bones towards each other, really lifting from the bottom. Inhale. Exhale, think about that belly button to your spine. Inhale, keeping your core tight, and then exhale, ribs in and down. And let's travel back down. Inhale, exhale back to the middle. Can you get tighter? And then inhale, exhale. Can you pull those low bottom TAs in any farther? And then relax. Come up into a cobra if that feels good. And you can extend your arms and then rest in a child's pose.